Good morning, everybody. We are starting a webinar with Dušan Simic, who will join us in a couple of minutes. Thank you for coming and joining a very special webinar on new 101 Diamonds book, not 100 Diamonds as it says on the left. Dušan changed it later, and it's added one more stone. It's very informative, very special, very unique book, basically culmination of Dušan's career on diamonds that he started 33 years ago. And I'll introduce the topic and then introduce Dušan. Basically, it's not always easy to identify diamond. Is it natural, treated, or laboratory grown? As you know, in the last 10 years, there are more and more treatments, more and more laboratory grown diamonds to the market. And me being a researcher and educator, always getting this question, which instrument to use? I want to buy one here, $5,000 or $10,000 or $1,000. And what is the best way to do it? And I do it now, this in 18 countries, and it's always difficult to answer this question, but I'm saying at least 2 instruments need to be used, sometimes 3 or 4. And this is what Dušan and myself keep talking in our books. And laboratory grown diamonds, and latest one on diamonds that Dušan was a reviewer. So you can see on the top one example of that. This is published in this spring in Italian Gemological Review magazine, IGR. And when you just use the cross-polarized filters or fluorescence, and it was very good talk last time, last November, who joined from Randy Lightfoot from US. He was talking about standard instruments, what the retail gemologists can do. It's very important, and this is very important to tests that can reveal sometimes 9 out of 10 times what diamond is about, but not always. So in this case, you can see the diamond has a green fluorescence under stronger under long UV light. You can see a picture on the left, a little bit weaker under short UV light. But it is green or yellowish green fluorescence. That was confusion for the one lab gemologist in Vancouver, because it was cloudy stone and referring on the ID 100 for GIA. This is a picture from EXA, from Agilabs. It's a similar instrument. But on the bottom line, you can see why you need something advanced instruments, because photoluminescence and defect around 545 and extra defect in infrared spectra 3107 will tell you this is a diamond with a lot of hydrogen and nickel. That's why we need to use advanced instruments. The Dušan books is really for those extra steps, for those who has portable advanced instruments or would like to buy one or would like to learn more. They need to really understand what advanced instruments are doing in combination with standard. What is special about Dušan, I met him 22 years ago in our hometown in Belgrade, Serbia, is that he was a jeweler before he was a gemologist. And he was a gemologist before become a lab gemologist and research gemologist in New York. We worked together for many years, published maybe, I don't know, 30, 40 papers together. It would take 3 or 4 pages just to print all these titles. And he is a researcher on diamonds. In this book, he will try to put together not only what he did, what we did, or what other researchers did in this area. There's a lot of texts, a lot of lectures, a lot of access, a lot of interaction, videos, not only database. So it's a really special way to educate the trade. So now what I will do, I will ask Dušan to unmute and to basically come to us as a host and show us what he can do, what he's working on for last not only it's his life work basically in one book, what he's doing in the last not few months but few years, Dušan, because this is in making for like 10 years. Remember, we started 10 years ago to talk about how we can do something on diamonds with the top researchers like Dr. Alan Collins, Dr. Zaitsev, Alexander, at that time Boris Fegelson and Victor Vins, and we made it, but took us almost 10 years to publish the book. And now it's your 5th kind of educational series. So I'm sure it's not finished yet, but his bulk idea is there and concept is there.
This is how it started. This video, you see, this is a new this is a new logo that I'm using. And right now, we are coming to 101 diamond. Why 101? My idea was 100, but simply 100 diamonds was busy. I couldn't open 100diamonds.com. And that's why it's 101. And what is the form of this book? This is interactive electronic data handbook. Interactive means that you will be able to use this book actually as your database. You will have this on your computer. On the one place, you will have this basic data, what I'm offering, what I'm preparing for you, what I'm updating from time to time. You will be able to save your data in this program. Electronic means ebook. Data means that it is a simple database that you will be able to open on the using different tools that we will present. Handbook is a meaning of the handbook is clear. It is something that will help people to learn. It is not only for gemologists. They're already for 30 years in the business. This is also for the student. And so this is the outlook of the book. This is my interactive electronic data handbook. Is a professional reference guide that offering a highly focused scientific and gemological-oriented approach featuring 101 specific diamonds, as well as text, lectures, and research papers that the authors consider to be a key importance in learning and understanding diamonds. Baked with vast global educational expertise and continuous geographical and multi-dimensional gemological research, we curated a selection on 101 diverse type of diamonds and drills down to their noteworthy specifics, each featuring a spread of 2 or more pages. 101 Diamonds Handbook is designed to be live online. Thus, it will be regularly updated with new samples, hyperlinks to equipment, research papers, and diamonds reference material and webinars. It is both an ebook and a live book. After it is published, 101 Diamond will be continuously updated with interesting new samples and information, because we have a chance, to collect diamonds. They are specific, they are results of the specific treatments. This platform will be open and supportive, and it will publish research papers by colleagues and identification results on specific diamonds. Young colleagues, gemology students, and lovers of precious stones can all get space for their works. We'll come to this a little bit later. I explain what is the idea. So right now, this presentation is made for this webinar also only. There is no music behind, and but the final version will be with some verbal explanation or music. I don't know video master will decide this, you know, and the graphic designer how it will look on the end. So 101 Diamonds, primarily, it is a database that will help gemologists in identification of loose and mounted diamonds and be a practical learning tool for students. When I say loose and mounted, I have to say that this one will continue only loose. Mounted, it is slightly complicated because simply the instruments to present I don't know if you have in the one ring I don't know 3, 5, 10, 20 diamonds, it is a little bit more complicated, and I hope that I will sell the book well and will be able to buy some instruments that will help me to really be able to give you realistic pictures or video. Simply that you feel that you have this piece of jewelry loose or mounted as you have in your microscope or in your hand. The results of testing with a range of instruments will be presented for each stone. 101 diamonds will be of all kinds: imitation, natural treated, synthetic treated, rough, polish. And if something else came to the market, so it will be presented also. A book like this does not exist, and based on the reaction to our other recent books, we see that many people, gemologists, appraisers, jewelers, need information and want to learn more. Branko and I consider this new book as our 5th edition. I want to say, just to remind you, there are all these books, you know, the first one, what Branko and Sherry Woodring did in 2003. This is the first. The second one is what Branko and me did in 2007. The third one is what we did during the pandemic, 2017, I think, 18. And this is the last Branko book. And also there is idea that most probably something like this, it depends how it will work with this book, that Branko will do something similar, an interactive electronic book with the color stones. Also, idea to present, to help gemologists that are not equipped with the hundreds of thousands of dollars instruments. Already, I published in 2011 something what is like a kind of initial idea for this book. Has a very similar form. This is a natural or synthetic diamond, and I hope that you have this booklet. If you don't, you can buy Branko is selling this. This is another one in identifying diamond types and synthetic diamonds with cross-polarized filters. It was published in 2011. And so somehow, right now, I decide to start with this. This is not easy, very expensive. And also idea is, depends how it will work, that this ebook is meant for the global business, and we intend to publish it in Spanish, Hindi, and Arabic. Already we are translating our 3rd edition in Spanish, and because we show a lot of interest and people really want books, and also to teaching tools how Branko and we see that it will work at best for the most of the people gemologists. We have decided to use a standard format with a recognizable design and simple language to explain often complicated scientific and research terminology, so as to make this book as practical as possible and suitable for use every day or whenever you are faced with the loose or mounted diamonds of unknown origin. Of course, that during the time, because of the, you will see after that there are different parts that we will go from the, let's say, advance to the scientific level. We will increase this, but simply we will follow what our consumers are asking for. So it takes few seconds. So right now, I don't know how it jumped. Just a second, please. Okay, here we are. It is something about myself, and so how what is a plan here is missing. Just let's so all these three fields that I used to work, you know, from the beginning. I became gemologist in '89, last century, you know. And then because of in the Europe, it was not enough to be just a gemologist. Simply, you cannot survive, you know, even with the trade with the stones at the time in Yugoslavia or Serbia, it was not enough. I became a jeweler in order to survive. So really, I went through the whole process of the jewelry production, you know, and in the 90s, used to travel around the world. It was in Surat in the beginning of the 90s. And also Ceylon, Thailand. The first my instrument, what I bought was in Singapore in I think it was 1990s. So this is like a cause how I came to this decision to work on something like this. Okay, here is a content, what I said, that this is a part 1, part 2, and part 3. Part 1, it is a general information, you know, when we have a contributing authors and when we will talk about optical properties. Part 2, it is 101 diamonds, 101 plus, of course, and part 3 is like an appeal to gemologists from action to submit their works and to publish their results or papers. Contributing authors. So this is also very old idea. Actually, we simply made the contract with these 4 famous scientists, Alan Collins, Boris Figelsson, Alexander Zaitsev, and Vince, I think in 2000, 13 to write their texts or research papers based on our request. We wanted to publish, and actually we published this in 2000 in our third edition. We consider that these papers as a basic that every gemologist has to read. It is written on the acceptable, understandable language, and really it is opening the whole doors, you know. And during the time, you know, it became like a routine, even though it's written with a so famous scientist, Alan Collins, of course, you know, this is the fact in natural, synthetic, and treated diamonds. This is all about what concerns us mostly. Boris Figelsson used to create synthetic diamonds in the last century. And his story is very interesting. Alexander Zaitsev, well known, you know, and of course, you know, I will show his famous Optical Properties of Diamonds book that every gemologist has to use, you know. It is not easy to read, but it is like a start to go to the most complicated gemology. And on the end, for now, it is my paper that I published in 2000, I think, let me see, in 2010. It was not accepted to some of the papers because I start to talk about about the treatments they didn't want to hear about, you know. And it was a result of my collaboration with the Suncrest. And right now, these papers will be available online. So, and then optical properties. So here is something what is a discussion, you know, and Branko, I'm sure that he will intend to talk me more about this. What is a perfect diamond? What is here like blue is a natural perfect diamond, and this green or whatever, this is synthetic perfect diamond. What it is this identifiable? It is not. And what is the difference between diamonds that lab cannot identify because of the lack of the instruments or lack of the knowledge or simply mistake, and something what is a perfect diamonds. We will talk about this a little bit later. I hope that Branko will go with this, you know. So optical properties, it is like already well known, but we are insisting, you know, to write more and more about this, you know, just to clarify these basic things. For example, what is a 1A and what is 2A diamond, because the people are thinking the 2A diamonds, they don't have a nitrogen. For example, this is just one example. What is not true, you know. It has a nitrogen. It is the same as 1A, but just the amount of these defects is so small that it's not visible by FTIR absorbers. And then there is much more that we are trying to clarify. There is many information that will be also updated. every time. And now we came to the 101 diamonds. So I will read this, because this is the most important part of the book. And this part of the handbook brings to you the characterization and identification of different diamonds using 9 methods. All methods are relatively simple, which means that most gemologists have the ability and instruments to use at least 5 methods. Keeping that limitation in mind, I designed a practical system that will really help colleagues in identification. Unfortunately, I did not find yet a way to present and explain in this book a very important part of the identification process. This is the first impression of the specimen under the microscope. The attempt by my collaborator and colleague Randall is a significant advance and adds a lot, but it has to be even better. However, we have to leave some things unfinished, also to leave unfinished, and also initiate the creativity of our users that could help. Also, this handbook has no end. Production and identification technology are advancing, and all new developments will be published over the time. We call all of you to become a part of this handbook. The most significant value of this handbook is a practical system, which means the following. It is fast and simple. What it means that if you have a yellow stone, by entering yellow in the search, you will get from this 101 stone all yellows in the line, in the quay also. And it will be available for you not to go to look for the yellow treated, yellow natural, yellow synthetic or whatever. All of them will be in one quay. It will help. It will help to do this fast. Also, we are insisting all the time that at least 2 methods must always be used in process of identification. Also, I'm insisting that every diamond of any origin is different. Even every synthetic diamond is different than any synthetic diamonds. And also that everyone, just because of this, should be skeptical of universal theoretical rules of identification. What you will find, I don't know, in some books, when someone says, if you see this, that's it, and it's over. If you, for example, using these black boxes, when they say yes, then they say no, that's it. I mean, I'm strongly recommending, don't follow this, be skeptical all the time. Of course, these screening instruments are helpful. It's bringing the fast identification, but all the time it has to be used 2 methods in identification. Also, we'll show that the same methods can produce different results on the same diamonds, and it will be presented also. Why? Because of the different spectrometers, of the position of the stone on the shape. Simply there are many reasons that one diamond on the same instrument can show different results, and we have to be careful about this. Technological creativity is a solution to the problem of identification and reduction in cost related to the purchase of expensive analytical instruments. It means that we will support and we will publish every try to bring something new to the market that will help in identification. Because if you stay with this, that only Rennie showed that right now what is used, for example, right now to identify the most complicated treatments. There is the newest Rennie show with a range of the lasers that cost over $400,000. One instrument costs $450,000. So who can afford this? But okay, we will try to find another way, even to have a feeling what it is. In the handbook, I insist to present research papers and the lecture as a basis for advancement and learning about the diamonds. So this is what already I said something, and of course, and I expect to have and also I have in mind. But right now, it will be too much to put all these relevant papers to this short presentation. Also, what is important, you know, that all images and graphs are original after they are collected. After they are collected from the stone. And they are something perfect. Sometimes they are with a lot of noise and images that are not clear enough. And these pictures and imagings will be presented here as they are. So it means no picture or graph has been modified. In the papers that you see, scientific papers, they are published in the high-end magazines, you know, they are all created to be perfect. In the most cases, they are not. Of course, that some stones will immediately create perfect because simply it happened, you know, the whole way of the light will be inside the stone will be so perfect that really the final graph or picture will be beautiful, you know. But in the most cases it doesn't work like this, you know. Okay, now we are going to the samples. Here is I don't know, I jump so. Just a second. Okay, so now we are going to the samples. Here is a natural diamond, a natural color. I have 7 samples. It means a natural diamond, natural color, natural diamond, treated color, synthetic HPHT, treated HPHT, CVD as grown, treated imitation, and the rough diamonds. So this is like a kind of the information that you will get, and what you will get on the page, and on the final interactive handbook. it will be available. For example, let's you will click on this picture, and each picture video will be possible to open, enlarge, to see more clearly the structural irregularities as well as the type of inclusion. It is for the two-dimensional to the video. The same thing. It will be possible, and also all the time it will be like a box where you will be entered to write your impression, or simply to have your pictures, if you have a good camera, just in order to compare, to have everything together. So right now we have a natural diamond HPHT treated color. And of course, the first thing what we'll see, even though this is not the rule that every treated has to be type 2A, but each graph will be able to enlarge and to search on the graph, you know, for the tiny or hidden bands or peaks. So here is a lab-grown HPHT diamond as grown, and here again all bands and peaks in absorption photometry will be possible to describe and find an additional. So here is a rough. It was too fast. So this diamond is let's call this rough CVD grown, and here is also video that will simply give you more feeling about what to expect and how it looks when you see something like this using cross-polarized filters. Here is a CVD treated, and again, you know, by clicking on every picture or the sign, something like this, whatever it will be explained. You know, here is something what explained that the diamond is illuminated with the long wave and short wave from the top and from the bottom, what is creating some difference, interesting difference, that you will realize this, and it will change the color. And of course it will be explanation, and on the top it is a graph, you know, because this is that this diamond will be called like a non-fluorescence, even though we see by very sensitive PL spectrometer induced by 365 and 254 that there is still some what we see here, there is still some fluorescence. So here is the possibility of three-dimensional representation is one of the priority of this book. Yeah, right now I'm working on this, and I hope that it will be successful, and that you will feel from the screen that you have this stone in your hand. And so here is one video that is made by our colleague Randall. Looks very nice. So, and again, you know, you see that every picture, every graph, every picture, each video will be, here is a video of imitation. This is cubic zirconia, but simply using this in order to show what is possible to do with all these graphs. And then we are coming to the opening the graphs of cubic zirconia. FTIR, UVBs, near infrared, PL405, and all of them, and 365 photoluminescence, and by LED, and also explanation of this 405 photoluminescence. Part 3, it should be, I consider this as a very important of the book, is intended for gemologists, jewelers, appraisers, jewelry designers, and all those who, like us, are fascinated by diamonds and jewelry. We found we would love for you to send us your work, research, interesting diamonds and jewelry, and your thoughts and use on our industry. So it will be way to communicate, to share like some thoughts and successful research results, and simply to be visible for the whole world. As I said, we are intending to translate this to Spanish, Hindu, and Arabic. I don't know, but we see this as the three most interesting languages. Okay, here is something about myself, and right now we are coming to this, how it will work, how it should work with the money, and because to create the final version, it is not only very expensive, it takes time, you know, because there are many experts have to work on this, you know, and the program has to be very well protected and also very well created, that will work on any computer, and that will be visible to someone who paid for this. The basic version, actually, this is electronic data handbook. What it means, this is a one-time sale, like that you are buying a book. So what you get, full e-handbook, part 1, 2, and 3, for one computer only. That's the way how we are going to save our rights to sales our product, you know. The basic version actually is practically is a printed book in an electronic edition without the possibility on interactive review of the content, which is a final and interchangeable. So it means this basic version will have 101 diamonds. It will not be updated. Then, after some period of time, we'll start to work on final version, what is interactive electronic data handbook. And there is, as I see right now, you know, but it is not the final decision, even though, believe me, I don't know what will be the prices for all these versions, still discussing, and I'm asking around what will be acceptable, you know, and also I had to make the calculation of the cost, you know. The final version, anyway, it will be prepayment, so it means subscription for the 1 year. And if 1 year costs, I don't know, $300, every next year will be half of this, you know. So you will be able to have this book for forever, or as long as you want, if you see this practical and usable with this advantages: full handbook, part 1, 2, and 3 for the one computer only, permanent, immediate, endless upgrade, interactive option, the possibility of opening, enlarging each image in the graph, band and mix explanation, to watch videos, consulting and lecture for organization, labs, or companies. What most probably Branko will explain better. This is what, as you see, this is what he is working better than me. Option to publish your own research, to give specific lecture in part 3, to promote your products, services at a professional price. 2F, it is a payment, just the same as a 1F, and will be available for 1 hour or 1 day. Just you will get the same as but it will be right to have to use this will be I don't know, most probably 1 day if you want to check something, you know, simply to help you in some problem. And the 3F, it is a payment for 1 year that you will get only full part 3 with permanent immediate upgrades, and it will cost really like I don't know, $10-20, something like this. Why we can offer this for free, but simply we want to follow, you know, we want to follow and to know that how many users we have, and simply for statistic, it should have some payment on this. So on the end, that's all what I prepare for today, and of course, you know, Branko will take right now the screen, and he will continue, and we will of course I am ready to answer the questions, you know. Thank you for your time, and
thank you, Dušan, very much. Very interesting presentation. We talked about this for almost a year, but I am also amazed with the quality of data information. Of course, as you mentioned, if you have any show to be higher quality, but who can afford to invest in such a machine, only 2 or 3 biggest lab in the world. And we are always trying to give this alternative approach, more affordable approach with advanced practical instruments that you can buy for a couple of $1,000s, not of hundreds of $1,000s, correct? This is what we're doing for 20.
Even depends on the successful. There is right now the range of the instruments that is more than 10,000.
What I will do now, I will read a question, and before I read, I just have my own little comment or question on samples. This is amazing that you're taking time to check each sample with so many instruments. I know how much it takes, even 2-3 instruments, and you're doing it with how many instruments you're using basically for each sample. Did you count exactly? And
I missed to say they are 9 methods.
9, okay.
9 methods, and I'm sure that from these 9, 5 methods has every gemologist, you know. Yes. It is a basic. This is a UV light, different kind of the UV light. Light. This is of course a microscope. This is some sensitive camera and the stuff like this, you know, that could help, you know, if you have a database to compare.
Yes. Yes. I mean, so I will start with some basic questions because not basic, but based on basic instruments that you're mentioning. Antoinette Metlens, our known friend and a very good supporter of the conferences, and coming to Dusan every year for who knows how many years, 30 years plus, asking you, does it remain true that if a diamond fluoresces blue, it is natural, not synthetic diamond? First question. Second question, are there any synthetic colorless, this is colorless now, that show no fluorescence when checked properly under long UV and short UV, or show some pattern, whatever is seen appears stronger under long UV and gets weaker? She's worried that there's some lab-grown diamonds that do not fluoresce and maybe a little bit longer under long UV. Of course, you will tell about exact wavelengths of this long UV, short UV, and what is used in a trade, what is you are using, or what is possible to use. But there are many different excitations, many different strengths even. So please answer.
Yeah, and let's Antoinette, welcome. Thank you for coming. And yeah, really interesting, very interesting questions. And did you see movie Nothing Lasts Forever? So there is something what actually is controversial. So to simply answer your question is not possible, because the blue fluorescent can be created, and this is something what the movie is talking about, you know. But again, you know, it is only one part of the information that we will use to make a final decision. This is not only one, because you will see right now let's say most of the treated CVD diamonds, they contain entry center. Tiny, but they contain. If you continue with the treatment, it will be larger and larger. So what it means that you are moving the whole this defect situation towards to entry center, actually towards to blue fluorescence. So so it is again it is I hope that I didn't make more confusion, you know.
Yeah.
To you with my answer, but again, what I already said, and Branko is telling, you know, you need to have at least 2 methods in order to make a final.
So 15 years ago, Dušan, when we did our second edition, and we even did in Portuguese, believe it or not, translation because of the Brazilian market. So we talk about fluorescence so much because it was very, very important at that time. But at that time, 2007, also technology to grow diamonds was different than 2022. Big difference. So we could use fluorescence so much, Antoinette and others. But as I mentioned in this paper in Italian magazine, and whoever comes to Tucson, you can get this magazine from Alberto, or hopefully, or I can email this article again for those who didn't get it. Fluorescence of CVD diamonds could be non, or very weak, or so looks visually, or even with the camera, same fluorescence intensity. So that rule from 15 years ago, it's not enough anymore for every type of diamond. So this is our message. So combination with cross-polarized filters, you have better chances. If you use some simple, still simple, portable, visible or photoluminescence or infrared spectrometer, you have more chances to detect it. This is our message. Use 2-3 instruments. Of course, we are against the black boxes. We don't like pass, no pass instruments because a lot of mistakes, 5 to 10% is misleading. We did talk about this in a previous book, a previous webinar. Me and Dušan did, I think, over 20 webinars together with other people, and plus I did maybe 20 on my own. So there's a lot of information available. Education is the only answer.
If 1B diamonds are used as seed crystal for HPHT growth, because this is only available. This is only available seeds, you know. These seeds are dominantly made for the industry, for the drilling tools and the stuff, and simply they not any size, a little bit larger size than what is a 0.5 millimeter will be used as a seed, of course, because they are during the growth created in the seconds, you know, that they should be yellow and with the hydrogen, because there is nothing that will not allow the nitrogen to enter to the diamond, and but means nothing.
Just because I guess it's easy to make 1B diamonds synthetically, that's why I use as a seed. It's very fast to make yellow grown diamonds.
This is only available. This is only available. No one can create the colorless tiny seeds, you know, because it has no sense, you know. And also perhaps to Antoinette, you know, to create a blue fluorescence in synthetic diamonds, this is something what costs enormous money. It has no sense to do this, you know. It is doable, but this is simply economically not has no sense.
I have one question before we answer one from India, because he has to clarify his question. But anyway, I'm asking just to clarify a question. My question, it's not only my question, it's a question that I'm getting every month, at least once a month, twice a month, from my trade people in Vancouver who are selling laboratory grown diamonds, from people who are buying. I mean, I know it looks like a silly question, but it's very important for the trade. And you are an expert not only in identification, you were working and living in India and going to China very often to set up some factories or to consult. As I know on your website, you're doing that. You did that in the past and you're still doing. So people keep asking me. And for you, I think it's good because you know this technology. If you have to choose CVD or HPHT, why is better CVD or HPHT? What is the advantage and disadvantages of each process? And as we see now, all these larger diamonds now becoming as CVD diamonds, but a lot of smaller are HPHT. But what do you see as what you would, if you have to put $1 million, $2 million of your money, what you would do, what you will grow, if I can ask such a question, or what you would do besides finishing your book, of course, first, what you would do?
With the $1 or $2 million, you can do nothing.
Nothing, okay.
You can buy good instruments, you know.
Okay.
what is a better, you know? So I see the both side, and I'm contacting the different people, and but you have right now recently came information that someone sold the RAF for 100% down from the natural. So it means, let's say, for free, you know, CVD. Mm-hmm. What it means? It means if you are growing CVD, you will have in investment. For example, if they start with the 10 growers, you will, after some period of time, you will pay all of them, and then your costs is only electricity. But if you have panels, you know, solar panels, then the cost will be zero, really nothing. And I mean, where it goes, why some of diamond dealers, they don't go with synthetic diamonds, because they cannot predict how low these prices will go. So it could be, and I think, you know, and also so right now maybe I'm going too far with the patent, you know. So there is a necessary to separate these two products, you know, because synthetic diamonds will be just the advanced version of cubic zirconia. Should not be. I don't know why people are certifying the CVD diamonds. What is the reason, you know, to waste the money? Because the only cost what they have right now, the dealers with the synthetic diamonds, this is a polishing. And the polishing in India for 1 carat costs $30. It will be less and less, you know. But they will, like cubic zirconia, they will do this automatically. So it means it will be really very, very cheap. And what is advantage to do to cubic zirconia is that that they will be forever. You know, after you wearing a cubic zirconia on your hand, after 1 year, all these stones will be not recognizable. You know? They will be damaging. So this is what I think where it goes. So what is a better? So from as you know, right now, every university like so many universities in states, they are buying reactors. If you want to make a business, you have to stay in the big way to buy reactor from SEC. So because they are best, you know, and the university are buying from SEC. They are buying Y1 and 2. So why they are doing this? Not for jewelry for sure. They are doing because of the industry, because the future of the whole electronics, optics is in diamonds. You know, the whole world will work on the diamonds, and simply right now, this stage of the synthetic diamonds is just whatever we cannot use for industry, we will solve this in jewelry. So and this is good, even though you see in HPHT in the CVD growth, you see so many damages, structural. I mean, even the density is not as a diamond. It has to be with the HPHT. They are different. They are different elements. They are helping in growth. Something what is not desirable in industry for industrial purposes.
Okay, I have one direct question from India. The listeners to India as well. Actually, another lab. I think they also invite me to do some education. The education is big demand everywhere. Just a question of now to travel and to do economically. But what about the B.Sc detect? Is it worth $25,000 to $30,000? I mean, at the conference in Montenegro, that was 2018, the B.Sc came and they were first time talking about the SIM detect. This is the instrument they're talking about based on milliseconds of phosphorescence of natural diamonds. I mean, I didn't use it per se. I know who has it. Even my biggest client here, who's a big retailer in Vancouver, using it. So it's used instrument by the trade. But I don't know, Dušan, if you have any comment on that, or do you ever use it? It's synth detect from De Beers instrument. It's one instrument. My experience that even there, they're not saying 100% in their papers. They're very realistic. They're accurate. We know that the Beers research is very, very good. I mean, we know them very well. We went to the Beers conferences. So what do you say about that? I mean, it's not 100%. It's not one instrument.
Out of question, you know, this is something. This is a different level when you compare with everyone else. You know?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
This is something, you know, something that really, even though, you know, in the movie there are some insinuation or something like this that I'm not agree with this, you know, but simply the director wanted to have this, you know. But for example, two of us, we used to have only help, you know, from De Beers. So what they are doing? So first of all, they are saying what it is. Because they understand you. So what could be done? And they are only one who is able to produce whatever you want, because they have a element 6, they have their own instrumentation, and I'm sure that you used to go through the whole process a long time ago. Even there are papers sponsored by DTC at the time from 60s that I forgot the name of the scientist, you know, he's talking about this. He explained everything in the 60s, you know, how it works, you know. Yeah. Not theoretically, practically, of course, on the tiny stones, but he explained this, you know. And then right now, of course, you know, they are expensive, but this is something what I would use as a screening instrument. Nothing. I mean, shall I say what I think about all this instrument? To recommend, or you want me?
No, they just ask about one specific one. We don't have time to discuss all 50 instruments on the market, but
there are only 2.
You don't like black boxes, and me too. But for example, trade. The Beers is very smart. I mean, of course, they listen to trade. Trade wants one instrument to solve issues. So the design almost perfect one. But still, when it's type 2A with some unusual fluorescence and some defects, it's not 100%, but it is almost perfect, you know. So this is what we know. So it's a good instrument, but I think it's not good to go into this discussion now. But anyway, we will wait until more questions comes. I'll just go maybe 5 minutes into what happened in education, and then at the end, Dušan, stay with us, because it will be another 1 or 2 more questions for you. So, I mean, answer is really to see samples. Dušan has his own samples he collected over 20 years. He will borrow some samples from trade, hopefully that he cannot get green 1 carat diamond, half carat, but on his own. But idea is that to see these samples live with the standard instruments, with what I'm doing the last 15 years, almost 20 with the workshops. Last one was in Greece. This was a picture from Cyprus on the right, on the left, Australia, 2018. I'll go back again. So this is what we did in Greece. A lot of workshops, 4 workshops, not only diamonds, also gemstones, gem tours, going to the Greece, North Macedonia, Serbia, also some post-conference tours. So our conference is a trade technical conference. I think is different than other conferences. Whoever comes always tells me that they're very happy with the conferences. They live happy and smiling. And this is what some of you came to this workshop, this practical workshop, practical webinar of Dušan, Antoinette, Carolina, and I think maybe some more. So this is people who comes to conferences, mixture of trade, like dealers, Swarovski, mixture of appraisers, gemologists. And we go to also enjoy our life and a little bit see the mines. I remember, Dušan, when you took me to Sri Lanka in 1998, it was one of the biggest trip of my life. It's still to see the mine, how they're mining, how they're doing it. It's always, you always learn from the miners, from the real people. So this is what we're trying to do with the conferences. And we transfer this information into education. This is what we're doing for 15, 20 years. And I'm very happy that we make these intermediate and advanced diamond programs with Dušan as a lecturer, but also Miko Armstrong and myself and other people. What is new now, starting March, I will expand, actually go backwards, go to basic gem and diamond program, because a lot of people doesn't know basics and they want to jump to intermediate. It's not possible. To first learn what is instruments basic are doing, to go to intermediate one, and then go to advanced. This is the steps. And I'm very happy that Lore Kefferts will help me with the gemstones, Elena with the rough diamonds. And as a result, we issued these certificates. They're not, you're not gemologists finishing our programs, my program, but you will get expert behind you, myself and others. And Dušan will be also hopefully coming back in a year or less, talking about treatments, because he's expert not only lab-grown diamonds, on treated diamonds. And this is really our, we can be very, very proud that we collect all these people on the right, from John Chapman talking about the principles and instruments, Zaitz talking about optical defects, Tajin Lu static diamond, Victor Wins diamond treatment, Miko Armstrong advanced instruments, portable, Thomas advanced instruments, lab instruments. He is really good in making instruments as well. Me and about pink diamonds or case study, and Alan Collins, of course, about defects. This is all possible to download, listen. But I advise you, if you didn't take basic to intermediate, to wait for advanced for later, or just meet me and Lore, and one day, hopefully, Dušan at some of the workshops. We did many in Dušan in the past. I will continue, of course, in Tucson. It's on February 3rd. In Vancouver, I'm teaching all the time, teaching every Friday. January 13, I do the same workshop in Vancouver, in Montreal, Toronto, end of February. Lore Keffert, we do ruby, sapphire, emeralds in Tucson and Australia. This is big. Next conference is first week of July in Australia. Beside Lore and myself, it'll be probably on jade, opals. You go to opal mines. Very hands-on conference, 4-day conference, not 3, because it's very far. Once you go there, you at least get some advantages. People are coming even from US and Canada, and already planning a year and a half in advance in Italy and Slovenia. We'll visit pre-conference tour Swarovski Emerald Mine, the old mine in Austria. We go to even gems of Italy. We visited Murano factory in Venice, and doing 4 workshops in Cavallese and conference in Slovenia. This is all coming up, and I will strongly recommend you to come to next webinar, first in January 17. Dr. Lore Keffert, ex-SSCF, ex-AGTA, ex-Google Now consultant, will do about importance of gemstone testing. Very important introductory talk, but of course you can ask Lore any questions. So now, Dušan, I think we have a few more questions for you, and while we are, we'll close up with a few more answers. Like Adolfo de Basilio, our friend from Spain, and who also translated our book in Spanish. Thank you, Adolfo, for doing this. And now we're looking for editing, and hopefully next year we'll have a Spanish version of Laboratory Grown Diamond book. So this book in Spanish, almost 200 pages. So he's asking about yellow natural diamonds having blue fluorescence and long UV light, and stronger under short UV light. Is it possible? And if it's possible, in what type is this possible? Yellow diamonds having blue fluorescence.
Yellow diamonds,
with the blue fluorescence. Is it possible that short UV is stronger? I assume maybe he saw some 1B or diamonds that are canary diamonds that maybe has a close intensity of fluorescence, or I don't know if you can answer or not, but this is Adolfo is asking.
Yeah, the fluorescence should be very weak, and also depends on the intensity of the yellow. It is we cannot just say yellow, you know. Depends on the but anyway it is a question what instruments do you have, you know, and simply to stay on the fluorescence only, you know, it is not a good it is not a good way, you know. So
yeah,
so I remember I used to check yellows for I don't know how many thousand pieces, you know. And I found synthetics with the fluorescence. There is reversed, you know.
There's always anomalies of the rules. We are trying to give you the majority of the situation. I mean, there is a natural diamond with a 737S silicon vacancy center discovered by SCCF. One diamond. Is it the rule? No, it's an anomaly. I'm sure there is a diamond of natural diamond showing short TV, maybe a little bit stronger or similar. So is it the rule? Not really. It's an anomaly. So we have to study why this happened. I think the biggest advantage of Dušan's book is that he will give a real sample with all instruments, so you can really compare your sample and fit in some of these. I think 101 diamonds is a lot of diamonds. And I think potential testing sample should fit in some of the combination that Dušan has in his collection. This is what I think is the biggest advantage of the book. And we have Randy Lightfoot, our colleague and the young gemologist, who is helping you with some images. Thank you for your time, Dušan, contributions to our industry. I also thank you, Dušan. I think almost 33 years contributing is a long time. When you expect this release of ebook? That's why I was waiting for this question to the end, because this is the last question.
Because you know that I don't have an answer. No, just right now, this version, this video version, it is created for this event, and the next one will be different, and then I will send to potential sponsors. I cannot do this by myself, definitely, because it will. I will need to dedicate myself, you know, for this first version, like I would say, like 4 or 5 months, you know, to think only about this, you know, and to work, and even not me, the graphic and programmer to create the book. So it means, in the best case, so I have to find the money to be able to work on this and nothing else, you know.
Yeah.
To run around to ask, because you know, I will go and borrow stones, you know, but if I go somewhere and borrow 10 stones, perhaps none of this will be interesting for me. Perhaps I will find one or two, and then again and again and again, and so on. And even though I have so many stones, but not natural, I have a very good collection of synthetic and treated, of course, you know, especially these new treatments, what you will see in the movie, and that's something what I have, you know. But
yeah, I can just tell, I wish I could invest in the book, but I would have to divorce because my wife decided to buy a house in Greece. So I'm investing in Greece. Sorry, Dušan.
Listen. Who knows, you know?
This is a family decision, not my personal. I would love to spend 1 year, 2 years on this project and spend all my money, but we save 20 years.
You know, some voices are telling me here that this book is not in the plan of some organization. They are taking care about the whole industry, you know. This is not the interest, you know, and also.
Yeah. No, this is an amazing project, and I think some good sponsor will show up, because it's your life work, and you have a lot of knowledge, and you have access to these samples because you live in New York and you have your own samples, and I think you have instruments. So I think it's a great project, and I wish you all the best. And I'm sure we'll hear from you in a few months from now with more news. I'll be your voice and tell you people when you're ready to talk about this more. And last question from Basel Gem Lab in India. Maybe you don't use it, and I know maybe I can answer, but let's see. Presidium synthetic diamond screener, will this detect HPHT treated natural diamonds? Answer is no. And how is different from in spectrum? Presidium screener will just screen based on UV transparency, this is maybe low nitrogen diamond or type 2A, whatever. But that's it, you know. But if it's treated or not, or natural or not, will not tell you. It's very limited. It's $600 investment. And in spectrum is instrument, Dušan knows, but it's portable visible PL spectrometer from Gemetrix in Australia. It's better because you can see the spectra, but it's not so sensitive because it's a small instrument. I think Dušan instruments are even more sensitive than in spectrum, what I know. Of course, you can invest more money and be more sensitive. Dušan, if you want to make a comment, that's it, but this is, I answer what I know.
Well, yeah, of course.
It's all question how much you invest.
As much money you invest, you will be more sure. You know, this is what is interesting. You know, you forgot to say that in our book in 2007, we presented the whole basic, like points for identification of synthetic diamonds. They are used right now by this producer of these black boxes.
Yeah,
this is something what we have to say. You know, it was in 2007. In 2015, everything is explained. You know, but this is interesting that no one except us will say something like this. You know, and of course this is. What we are, but also what for the end I would recommend to everybody are present here to watch a movie. The New Yorkers used to have a chance to see this in theaters in 2 weeks ago. It was for 1 week, and the movie will be available on the Showtime on in February. Will start on February, and perhaps it could be reason. It could be reason, you know, to organize another webinar, because you will see it will be a lot of questions and lot controversial comments. You know?
I mean, yes, I would recommend the same. I didn't see it yet. Dusan, maybe I'll pay show cable and watch it in hotel room or something. Anyway, just to mention that those who didn't have this book, it's still available through our website brankogems.com. But also, I'm very proud that Dušan sold to our circle. It is widening across the globe. It's not such a small circle anymore. Almost 1,800 books. We still have 1,200 left, and we decided to put on Amazon to try to sell. Maybe it's a little bit cheaper, maybe not. All depends. Or shipping to be definitely cheaper because we cannot save on shipping, and Amazon can. So hopefully, this movie will really make our book more accessible for all consumers, not only for the trade.
Or will kill us completely.
I know you're the main actor. I wasn't part of the movie, but I support.
Yeah.
You're in danger because the perfect diamond. I will see the answer at the end of the movie. I don't know yet if you can make perfect diamond or not, or it's possible. I have to see it answer.
No, but do you know what? From the people reaction from the people, they know what they're talking about. First of all, they are not marketing experts. They are not the business experts and the stuff and this kind of the people in our industry. They completely understand you.
Yeah.
And they don't see. They are saying, right, you know, this is something what we need. Even though we didn't say like almost nothing, you know, but the industry already is complaining that we are hurting industry. This is unbelievable. You know?
Yeah,
but
I mean, Dušan, you're always controversial in your work and your papers, but I think trade needs some kind of different approach. We'll see. I mean, what will be reaction? I admire your scientific part of the contribution. I know, really, I know you didn't have intention to hurt anybody. I know you personally, so I know it was not your goal to hurt anybody. I know that. If it's a director or movie came out like that, you cannot control.
No, it is the first rule was we don't want to hurt anyone, and really we did not.
Yeah,
But how the people are reading this, this is a different.
Yeah.
This is something.
Okay, we'll see.
You cannot control, you know. But
Anyway.
it was the first rule: not hurt. Even though you can imagine what I have in my computer, you know. So
Yeah.
it is really hurtable, you know.
I'm glad we keep on time. Exactly 1 hour and a half since we started, and I think hopefully we will not. We're interested to people, and they'll come back and they'll be curious about your book, and at least get the basic version. Hopefully next year we see at least printing or first B version from you, and then in 1 year or more you get another. Depends on, or of course, on sponsors and money you collect. And I wish you good luck, and hopefully we do some. You come to some of my conference workshop in the future and talk about your book and explain. It'd be great workshop to bring 5 2-3 karat diamonds that you have treated and synthetic and all kind of stuff, and talk about diamonds that people see in the book and do it at the workshop. I think that would be the best knowledge that anybody can share.
Everyone who wants to build their own database, I could bring to him, and he will take with his instruments how it looks, you know, with my help. With my help.
Yeah, this is consulting.
Course, this is one of the options. I forgot right now. You remind me. You know, it is something how you can find, you know.
Yeah.
This
is great because not everybody using your instrument. They can use X or something else they have.
Whatever they have, you know.
Yeah. Great. I think it's another option. For sure, I'm always open to help you and to be an interpreter of your message. Sometimes it's not easy because English is not our first language. We apologize for that, but this is how it is. We have different approach, a little bit different angle, but we hope to give you some more information. Thank you, everybody, for coming and staying until the end. Dušan, have a great Christmas. If I don't I won't see you, but if I don't see you before, and good trip to Serbia to see your grandson and enjoy your holiday.
Yeah, thank you, Branko. And let's go ahead.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody, for coming, and simply tell us our impressions. You know?
Yes. Anybody has a comments, email us, me or Dušan, and I will pass to Dušan, of course. And a lot of people are thanking you from Vancouver, also Francis and India. So thank you, Dušan. It went internationally, what is good. Okay, all the best, and talk to you soon.
Bye.